One of the questions we get asked a lot is how do you create automated statutory and management reports? A lot of the times people want reports in the format that they want them in and not necessarily limited by the formats offered by regular automated reports in Excel. So usually in Excel we use pivot tables like this one here to create automated reports. The problem with using regular pivot tables to create automated reports is that sometimes the report we're not able to modify it to get the report how we want it to look. So for example, this particular report here, we don't have any rules to subtotal the revenue and the cost of sales to get a gross profit figure. Neither do we have from this pivot report a rule for the net profit. Neither do we have calculations for variance or variance percentage. And although some of these things could be done with regular pivot tables, the reports are not very flexible. So if we want to create reports in the format that we want, for example, like this one here, then we typically have to resort to using some of the new hybrid techniques that they built into Excel to do this. So this particular report, if we look at it, it was built using a mix of techniques. So the data which feeds this P&L here actually comes from this P&L data input sheet here. So, and what we would have done is take the data from here and then load it into Power Query and then analyze the data using Power Pivots. So with the P&L here, we have the ability to slice it by any financial year. We also have the ability to look at the reports for any region. So right now, this company is operating in 4 different regions. If we want to look at just Guyana and maybe Trinidad, all we have to do is just click and select Guyana and control click and select Trinidad. And automatically it's going to pull in the data into here. So this is the kind of thing that we want with reports. We want that flexibility to get it in the format that we want. We want to be able to put in subtotals for revenue, the gross profit totals, and the net profit totals. We also wanted to be able to work out the variance and variance percentage columns. And we want to be able to create formulas where we could vary the formula automatically down the column. And there are new techniques they built into advanced pivot tables to do that. So if we look here, the data where this is coming from actually was loaded into Power Query. So if I double click on the data menu to the left, I just want to show you all what Power Query looks like. We will see here that data is loaded into here and then fed into the Power Pivot model. So you will see here, there's this tab called Power Pivot. And if I click on the Manage menu, it will actually take me into the Pivot Table menu. So although you're seeing no formulas here on the sheet, if we go into Power Pivots, you will see that we actually build the formulas for the P&L calculations here. We'll see the data that we took is converted into this type of format here, tabular form automatically. And similarly, with the, if we look at the trial balance for the balance sheet, which we're going to look at now, the data initially looked like this in the file, but using the business intelligence tool Power Query in Excel, we're able to get it from this form to a form where we have it everything laid out neatly and pushed into pivot tables, and then we could report on the balance sheet, click of a button from here. So if we look at this balance sheet, we could slice this balance sheet for any particular year or multiple years, or we could look at it for multiple territories. Flexible reporting And this comes from a pivot table, Power Pivot report. And the benefit of how we did this one with the advanced techniques is that we could actually put in subtotals to work out the different categories of assets, liabilities, equity and reserves, etc. And when we add new data to the P&L sheet and the trial balance, all we have to do is click on a refresh button to update that data to flow into here. So this is the latest approach with reporting using Excel. And I'm going to be looking forward to share the techniques that we use to build these reports to get the dynamic headers which change automatically when we click on the slicer selections to actually get the subtotals and the automatic formulae, etc., built in into the reports. So look out for our program on this automating statutory and management reports in late October, mid-November this year.